First and foremost, thoughts and prayers with Ernie Johnson, who just announced yesterday that he has blood clots in his leg. Hope you get better and everything works out for you. NBA on TNT for sure wouldn't be the same if you wouldn't be a part of it. Now though, who thought that there would be a day that I'd be excited about watching the Kings and Suns play each other? Two teams who for the better part of the last decade, or even more than a decade actually, have been completely irrelevant in the NBA in terms of competitiveness. And the Kings themselves have been one of the biggest jokes in the NBA for about the last decade. Yet, despite all of that, like I said, I still found myself excited to watch a Kings vs Suns game. And after watching it, I can't say that I was all that disappointed either. And the reason that I was excited to watch the game was obviously for two main reasons: DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley, the #1 overall pick versus the #2 overall draft pick. And DeAndre Ayton was great. Man was as good as advertised and even better on the defensive end than I think anyone was expecting. Looking at you, Joel Embiid. There was just nothing that the Kings could do to stop him. Even Willie Cauley-Stein, who was pretty solid himself for the Kings yesterday, said this about Ayton after the game: he's got a lot of hype around him and he's going to have a lot of attention. For us, it's a good matchup because when you have to guard that type of big, you learn a few things. AKA DeAndre Ayton took me to school last night and I couldn't guard him. That's pretty much what he just said. So the combo of Ayton and Booker is going to be dangerous for opposing teams. And now for once, Booker will be able to score a lot easier too, since in the past, for the most part, in order to beat the Suns, teams just had to focus on defending Devin Booker, making his job harder. But now with Ayton as well, teams won't be able to turn all of their attention to one player. So I'm expecting a really big year for Devin Booker once he comes back. And not to mention Josh Jackson too. He improved a lot over the course of last year, and his performance went under the radar for a lot of people yesterday because of all the attention that was being paid to Ayton. But he was really good as well. Still has to work on playing defense without fouling, but 17 points on 7 of 12 shooting, 6 assists and 5 rebounds, that's a good game for him. And now though, we have to turn our attention to Marvin Bagley, and I tried to do some research to figure out exactly why he was coming off the bench yesterday, but I couldn't find a clear answer. So I'm left to assume that it just means that he wasn't good enough during training camp to start over Skal Labissière. And that seemed to be the case yesterday too, as Skal wasn't anything special or amazing, but he was still better than Bagley, who in his 25 minutes on the court only posted 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting and only grabbed 2 rebounds as well. Not the best for showing. And then once again, there's the fact that he's not starting on the Kings. It's a little concerning, but for sure, no need to panic just yet. I didn't think we'd get to see anything like this in the NBA preseason, but I guess when you have one of the Morris twins lacing up, anything can happen. Something's bound to pop off. And a little something almost popped off yesterday, as the rookie Mitchell Robinson got the best of Markieff Morris, and it all started in the second quarter after a missed free throw by Emmanuel Mudiay. Afterwards, Morris went up to Robinson acting tough, and both players wound up getting a technical foul.
Season through that lens, certainly there's a lot of high expectations for the team coming off of a second round loss to the Boston Celtics in 7 games.
Well, now you got Mitchell Robinson and Keith Morris going chin to chin.
Then the very next play, this happened.
In the NBA Finals. That kid's looked pretty good so far, Mitchell Robinson.
I think they just threw Markieff Morris out of the game. He was chirping in the ear of Mitchell Robinson while they were waiting to line up at the free throw line.
Well, if they hit him with a technical, then it's an automatic ejection because he got 1 moments ago on the double tech, and 2, and you're automatically ejected.
Yeah, he already gave him the heave-ho. Watch here. He's just continuing to talk to him. Talk to him, talk to him.
I think Robinson must have gotten into the head or under the skin of Markieff in this game or something, because just based off the footage, the rookie didn't do or say anything. So he must have been talking trash before this or something along those lines, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with trash talking. That's just part of the game. And Markieff, I don't see how you're going to let a rookie get to you like that. in the preseason. Who gets ejected for trying to pick a fight with a rookie in the preseason? Come on now. What made this truly great though was Mitchell Robinson's advice to Markieff after the game, as he said this: he could have helped his team out tonight if he'd just be quiet. I didn't say nothing to him. If he would have just hushed and continued to play the game, but he wanted to keep going. He got out, we got the win, I kept playing. Whereas Markieff had this to say: he's a stupid rookie, talking too much. Obviously I didn't like what he said and the refs overplayed it and threw me out. I don't even know him. I ain't never really seen him before. He just checked into the game. I never even guarded him. I didn't know there was a Mitchell on their team. And the winner of this exchange is Mitchell Robinson. Markieff, you tried to play the role of the big bad bully veteran and the refs weren't having it, and props to Mitchell Robinson for just standing his ground and brushing it off in the process. Now, I guess I might as well talk briefly about the game itself and some of the positives from it. And the main bright spot in this game was Kevin Knox. He came out scorching, had a double-double in like the first 15 minutes on the court, but then he didn't really do anything afterwards, finishing with 13 points on 4 of 9 shooting and 10 rebounds. The promise that we saw from him in Summer League is still there, and I think he's going to draw a lot of comparisons to the rookie that Jason Tatum had last year, minus the team success. Other than that though, Mitchell Robinson was also a bright spot for the Knicks. When he was in the game, he played with a lot of energy, especially early on, catching a lob and then immediately running down to the other end of the court and swatting a shot. That's the type of player that Fizdale is really going to like the coach, so that's another good sign. As for the bad, I guess Emmanuel Mudiay is still trash. You had to know that this was coming. You had to know that after Joel Embiid played against Mo Bamba for the first time in the NBA, he was going to talk some trash after the game, and that's exactly what he did, as he posted this picture to Instagram with the caption reading, "Like my ninja Mo, his skinny butt can't guard me." Of course, this is all in love and good fun. Embiid was actually helping Mo Bamba prepare for the NBA over the summer, and these two are going to be a lot of fun to watch going forward whenever they play each other. And Mo Bamba, he wasn't bad yesterday. He was actually pretty good. Kinda. He did struggle on the defensive end, committed way too many fouls for the 17 minutes he got to play, but he got off a few shots and made almost all of them. Look, he wasn't bad at all, and I wonder how aggressive the Magic are going to be in trying to trade Nikola Vucevic so they can get Mo Bamba into that starting lineup and help him progress even faster. At least I hope that's what the Orlando Magic are planning to do, but once again, it's the Orlando Magic, so there's no telling what they could do. As for the Sixers, Fultz made a couple of jumpers, and I don't think people should be concerned about him anymore. He's gonna be good for the Sixers this year. And then other than that, Joel Embiid was Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons was Ben Simmons. What else can I say? And lastly, we got to see a little bit of Trae Young in action, and this guy is going to be one of the most inconsistent shooters in the NBA this year. But I also think he's going to be a player where his presence on the court alone is going to make the Hawks a better team, which I know isn't saying much, but still. His shot wasn't falling at all yesterday. 5 of 16 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, only 11 points, pretty much the same Trae Young that we were seeing in the Summer League, but still, the Hawks looked like a much better team when he was on the court, and that's mainly because he was still able to set up his teammates pretty well. He was pushing the ball, making passes, making plays, just doing a relatively good job of running the offense and not turning the ball over too much either. And I don't have a problem with him shooting the shots that he shoots because he has the range. You see it all the time when he practices and during the warm-up. These shots that he takes are like warm-up shots for him. I just think he needs to get comfortable with taking them in a game, because we all know there's a big difference between making a shot warming up for the game and making the same shot during a game. And the only way he's going to get comfortable enough with these shots in game is by taking them in game. And it's not like the Hawks are playing for anything more than another top pick in the draft this year either, so why not just let them fly? Anyways, that is going to do it for everything that we had to talk about today. Let me know what you guys thought about any of the stuff we had to talk about down in the comment section below. What did you like about DeAndre Ayton's first game? What do you think about Marvin Bagley's first game? Trae Young, Mo Bamba, Joel Embiid, anything? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, be sure to smack the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. Thank you once again for watching. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs. And until tomorrow, I'm out of here. Peace.